Hi, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sprint by On Point. And I know you weren't expecting me to be here today. Yeah, a new face, I know. Stepping in for a regular host, Abeoku. And it's going to be a blast today. So today I have here with me regular guest and then one new guest who will introduce herself. So for my very left, please introduce yourself and then say one thing that describes you.
Hello, I'm Christabel. I'm a BC consultant, and one thing that describes me, I'm a surprise.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
wow. Wow. Surprise. Okay, we'll find out. Dennis.
It's okay, you mentioned my name already, but it's fine. I'm Dennis, and yes, I'm a BC consultant. One word that describes me. Sorry. Can we use what we used in the last episode?
No, you can't.
Okay. So one word that describes me. I'm warm. Yeah, I'm warm.
I don't know, but we've been hearing warm from this two of the previous episodes. You heard warm.
Okay,
So
by
which
warm
one?
I mean I'm approachable. I'm lively. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So my name is Eunice. I'm sure most of you know me. I'm a business development
Yeah,
manager
we
at
know you.
onpoint. Yes, and one thing that describes me, I think I've done a lot of describing already, but let's say I am very particular about how I want things to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you've now moved from being a conformist to being unconventional.
We'll talk about that later.
All right. So today we are going to talk about something very, very interesting. And then I'll start with a question. And it goes to everyone, so anyone can pick it up from there. So your role that you playing on point, like your role here, what's one thing that people assume, like when they tell people about your role, what's the one thing that people assume about your role, but then it's not what your role is about? Anybody can go.
No, senior, please. You have been here longest.
I think Christabel is the new one, so
Yeah,
she should speak first. Yeah.
An assumption about my role, I'll say it's people think that it's a lot of there is IT though, but then I think the accounting part is very important as well. And that was, I'll say, even myself, even though I was told, I kind of undermined it, but now I'm seeing that you have to understand the terms in order to even be able to get what you need to do. So yeah, the understanding of the terms.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So people assume that I mean it's more IT, the Ghanaian kind of IT related. Like because you are with a machine, you think, oh, you are into software, a bit of like development, and then you deal with clients as well.
Okay. So, but like on the percentage side, how, like, let's on the like 50, is it 50 IT or 50%?
The actual thing.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so the IT part, just because I mean you're having the machine with you, and then so I would say that is like, let's say 20-30%. The majority of the work is done on the software, like on the environment, which is like 70-80%.
Okay, so I think a lot of misconceptions regarding the BD role is that a lot of people think BD is sales, like just closing deals, right? But one of the things that I've learned over the years is that BD is not necessarily closing deals. It's more of managing relationships. It's more of bridging the technicality of implementation and then bringing that to match the expectations of clients. You know, clients just want to see value in their company. They want to see that their systems they are using are working and they are bringing them the value that they need. On the other hand, you have to manage the expectations of your maybe managers or your team leads expecting you to be closing deals
Yeah.
a lot, and at the same time managing or bridging the gap between delivering the scope that the client brings on board and how the technical team is able to implement that. So yeah, so BD is not just about sales. For me, that's what I've learned. Earlier, I thought it was just about sales, but it's more of managing partnership, because some deals do not close till after a year or 2 years. Yeah, so BD is not just about sales. It takes a lot of time.
So then, do you need to be okay? So can you be a BD without being necessarily very good at sales,
Well,
or having a sales skills is very vital?
so I think BD is more. I would summarize BD as communication, right? So if you are good at talking, you'll be good at BD. But the struggle is a lot of people may be good at talking. For example, I have a very strong suit in as I said earlier, I'm very particular about how things should be. So following up on clients, following up on partners, making sure the people are satisfied, like the more of the customer experience, but I'm very good at that. But when it comes to the sales aspect itself, sometimes it's very difficult. So BD is, I mean, it's broad, but one thing that you have to note, or I have learned, is that when you are good at communication, you definitely be good at the BD. Yeah.
So back to, so you said something about knowing how to talk, but then knowing how to talk necessarily doesn't mean you can actually sell.
Yes. So it's a skill. You learn it. You start from somewhere. As I said, BD is in a lot. I mean, there are a lot of things under BD, right? Not just sales. There is customer experience. There is managing partners. There is even sustaining the contact or the network you have for maybe future how do you call it, business, future business. Let me say it as that. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings me to my next question. That's, what was the first shock you had when you stepped into the role? Like maybe when you were coming, you had, just like Isabel said, they thought it was some IT, but then there was something that you saw that like, wow, I didn't expect this.
I think someone should talk.
Yeah.
I think mine would be that the having to being a it's like you have to be a detective. We Dennis and I we're just looking at a problem right now. Someone is encountering a problem, and you are not there at their end to know, to see things for yourself. You can only work with the information they are giving you, and as much as that is not enough, you have to find your way around it and come up with a solution for them. So it's like you're a detective.
So like, you need to know the problem
Yes.
even without being there.
Yes. So, and you cannot guarantee that they'll give you all the explanations or the how should I put it? The information you need to actually tackle the problem. So there's a lot of figuring things out.
So it's like knowing what the person needs that they don't know they need.
So detective work is is a big part. It has to be a detective.
It's what I'm
Yeah.
So with mine, the shock was, it comes in two ways, but stems from the same issue. So I mean, I studied accounting back in school. So coming here, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be more of like accounting stuff. I was getting my accounting stuff ready. I was revising a lot of accounting stuff. Then I get here, and then it's like, you need it to do, but there, in proportion to what the software does, the software handles most of that for you.
Yeah.
So it's the software you need to know. And then the second part of the shock is that in our line of business or our line of work, you need to understand business operations. Yeah. There was a meeting we had somewhere last year, and that made me realize, right, how important it is for you as a consultant to know how businesses work. That way, when you set up the system for them, they can actually get the value for it. Yeah.
So before joining on Point and before this role, as you said, you had an accounting background, but then did you know of some of the tools already? Do you have any experience with any of the tools?
I wouldn't consider it much of an experience, but I mean, we had come in contact with Tally Prime, and then at a point in time, QuickBooks 2 they organize a course on campus, but that one I didn't take part in it. Yeah, at the time it was. I think that was optional. The tally was in our syllable. Yeah, it was in our curriculum. So we did that, but it was not like solid tally. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yes.
Okay, so I think one of the shocks one of the shocks I had when I joined On Point was, when you hear hybrid or remote work, you think that, oh, you're going to, chill a lot, you're going to have a lot of relaxing time.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes we think that the people that, oh, maybe it's not going to be that daunting, like it's going to be very easy, sitting behind a computer and working. What is the big deal about that? I realized that just using your brain to work is more hard than doing the manual labor itself. For me personally, I don't know for the others, but for me, because you are using your brain, you are not lifting stuff and all, but the detective work you have to do alone, sometimes to figure out a way to help a client or to bridge, as I said, the technicalities between the client expectation, it takes a long while. You have to involve a lot of consultants, a lot of meetings, sometimes even to understand the client scope, right? It takes a long, and by the end of the day, you are too tired, you can't do anything for yourself. So that was one of the shocks I received. I mean, not coming to the office every day, I thought it was a luxury till I realized that when I'm home, I actually work more than when I'm in the office.
I remember on the previous episode, Sandra spoke about that when you're actually home, you work more.
Yeah, it's very true. Because I think when you're coming to the office, like, you've been home alone, there is nobody to giggle with and talk to. You face your work. We talk on Teams, we giggle, we joke and all. But when you come to the office, I mean, sometimes it's a way to connect to people. Sometimes if you don't come to the office continuously for 3 days and you stay alone, you realize that it's like I haven't really met any human being. Yeah. But I mean, coming to the office, yeah. And the misconception that, oh, when you are home, I mean, sometimes even our parents think that when you are working at home, you are not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, the work at home is daunting. Remote work is as much tedious as, I mean, coming to the office every day or coming to the office every day.
So in your submission, you spoke about the emotional side. Has there been any situation where you feel like maybe I've bitten more than I can chew?
Oh yes, yesterday. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, yes, because
Tell us about it.
sometimes. So, funny story, right?
Good.
We had a lead who wanted, I mean, a particular, or who had a scope of work that covered about 3 tools that we how do you call it?
BDs.
Yeah, we implement,
Okay,
right?
okay.
But they already use some tools. About, I think, 5 of them we could integrate 4 of them with the tools we implement for them to be able to achieve their scope of work. There was one critical part that we thought, oh, maybe with APIs we can go around it. We do the demo, like we do the discovery call, we assure the lead this is what we'll be able to do. Then we eventually have, we have the discussions with Atlassian and realize that this thing is going to take a lot of work than we thought it was going to be. And sometimes too, due to the size of the organization and the monetary value involved, it's hard for a client to say, okay, let's go ahead with this. So yes, you promise clients something and then at the end of the day you come back to realize, or you meet the consultant in full flesh and realize that, Charlie, this thing cannot be done. And now the headache is how to explain
To the
client that
was there, but now it's not there.
we can't do this. Yeah, we can't do this. So, I mean, that's one of them. Yeah.
Crystal?
I would say I am quite new, and so there was a lot. There was a lot of just so lost, like wondering if
You took the right decision.
yes, because for someone who did not have an accounting background, for one, and you decide to go into this, and then you believe that you can do it, but there is this difficulty that comes with having to learn on ground and execute then and then it's just quite difficult when there are clients' demands and things that need to be done, and then you go and make mistake in a live environment, and then they have to fix it, and it's all that, and you just feel bad.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, but
but
then-
we are
but then
making
you said-
progress.
You can work under pressure.
I'm not part of those people, I think.
People
I
say,
didn't
"Oh, I
say
can work
that.
under pressure,"
I
and
didn't
then
say
pressure
that.
comes and they are running.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Right, Dennis.
So an emotional moment.
But you feel like
Better more than country.
this one.
I think it would stem from
The day you cried.
no.
Really?
No. It would stem from having to reply to a client, or maybe a client texts, and then they are facing this issue, and in your mind you've already laid down the procedure to get it solved, right? I think one just happened, like just this morning. I mean, in your head, you know that, oh, this how it's going to be solved, and then you realize that when you text the client again asking for more details, the issues are actually quite peculiar, like it's quite different, and then now start to think through again.
Very strategize.
And sometimes the solution you think you're having in your head is not even possible in the software, or probably you have to use another route to get it done. So when in that moment when the client is looking for answers and you don't have like a solid answer to give to the client, you're now thinking through. Sometimes it's hard to actually tell the clients that maybe could you give me some time, or I think this has to be done this way. Sometimes suggesting something to them is actually, it works. Sometimes too, that's not what they're looking for. They're actually looking for a solution. Yeah.
Okay. So if in a line of work, but if a task comes up and then it looks to be like out of scope, like out of what you do, how do you go about it? Do you come up and be like, oh, this is not part of my job description, or okay, let me try and like venture into unknown territories and see how it goes?
Out of scope, as in the
No, like it's not really part of your job description.
So yes, I the good thing is that even as people who work in the same department, we have different people handling different things. So I can draft the proposal from, using the software, the basic things that I know. But sometimes I'll need a consultant to come in with the technicalities, right? So when the consultant comes in with the technicality, that also helps, especially if it's very technical. But if it's something that we cannot do at all, that one, the easy way is to communicate to the clients that we cannot do it. If not, we are wasting our time and we are wasting your time as well. You understand? Yeah. So that's the easy way to go about it. If you have people in-house who can help, you consult them. If it's something that you cannot do at all for the client, you just communicate to the client that this thing, we cannot do it, and then you figure a way out as well.
Does
Come again. Can you come again with the question?
like if there's a task that seems like it's not part of your job description,
Yeah.
do you face it head on, or you be like, no, this is not part of what I do?
I think for me, I kind of have no option than to just face it head on. Because sometimes where the task is coming from, you can't tell the person no.
No, yeah.
You can't, there's no way to tell the person no.
Definitely.
And if I realize I can't get it done, I try to talk to someone who can probably help me out. That probably sometimes it might be dev related. Sometimes it's not even dev related at all. So I reach out to someone, probably a senior consultant, that, oh, this is what I'm facing. What do you think I should do? And then if it doesn't work too, I do my research. There's YouTube, there's we have the search engines, and we have AI too as well. Not fully trusted though. But yeah, it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
Trust me, sometimes a time comes and then
You need
a client sends a request. I mean, you've read English, you've read it, but you still don't
I
understand.
still don't understand that.
So I just take a screenshot. AI does a thing, explains that, okay, this is what we need to achieve. Then we now know, okay, this is what we need to do to get things done. So out of scope for me really is an option. I have to just face
Face it
it.
head on.
Yeah.
I won't say that I've encountered an issue that was out of scope for me. More like, since I'm still learning, I am, maybe it is new to me. So then the AI comes in And because maybe I read it and I don't understand, or maybe this is my first time encountering it. So I just input it into the AI to just get a rundown of what exactly is expected of me.
Yeah.
So that I can, see if I can do it. And definitely I have my forefathers. I have Nana Nom to,
God I beg you. God I
lots
beg you.
for guidance,
Nana Dennis.
God I beg you.
Father.
for guidance, to be able to achieve it. And then there is something that JT has been saying from the beginning of the year, that as consultants, there's this pressure to always have an answer to whatever
Yeah.
question the clients have. And it is in your best interest to make sure that you are honest.
Yeah.
Steve also mentioned something at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
that's under promise and over deliver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely say, oh, I will look into it, right? And then when you do and then you cannot, I mean, you have exhausted all avenues,
Yeah.
then you must be honest that, oh, this is beyond me or something.
Hmm.
That's definitely, if there and then, don't go and say something when you don't know what the full story.
Mhm.
So under promise and over deliver, that helps. So, yeah.
So I know most of you have been under pressure, especially I know from Dennis, because most of the times I'm walking by him and then he has his head very in front of the PC and like, Charlie. And Manitou, same thing. So that so my question is, where does the pressure really come from? Is it from the clients or from like team leads?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But on a like, if you have to balance it, how is it? Is it more from the client or more from?
Honestly, I think that sometimes the pressure is even from ourselves,
Mm.
not necessarily the clients,
yeah.
or because I mean you can't really measure the pressure, because sometimes the client is demanding for something to be sorted, because you know that the longer the software or the system is not working, they are losing money. And as when it happens like that, your team leads are also under pressure because they have to deliver, right? And sometimes when you yourself are not able to find a solution to a problem, the pressure that comes internally,
Self-validation.
yeah, sometimes you can't even sleep. It's like you have to get this thing done. I remember there was a time we had an RFP. The deadline was, I think it wasn't an RFP that we had for a very long time. It's like we had it and then 2 to 3 days we had to deliver it. The pressure from you yourself, knowing that you have something you have to do and deliver, and how do you call it, income, or the company's income is dependent on that very thing, and the time is ticking, it's just going. Will you be able to sleep? You'll be able to sleep. Yeah. I remember somebody sleeps and have dreams. Yeah, sometimes you sleep. Yeah, you sleep.
That's serious.
Yeah, sorry, but I mean,
Shout out, bro.
example is going to go on for a very long time. Yeah, sometimes you sleep and the mind is roaming. Like you are resting, Charlie, but the mind is roaming. So yeah, the pressure is from everywhere. For me personally, I think that's the pressure from myself to my from my the internal pressure to me. Yeah, me to me.
It's greater.
It's greater than any pressure anybody can give me. Yeah, it's really greater.
He is in me. He's greater.
Yeah, he is greater.
Yeah, that is.
I think the pressure outside with her on that and as
the personal
well
one.
on the personal, from the me to me, because I mean, you be asking yourself, am I really good at this? Am I meant
Are
for
you
this?
a
Am I cut
dullard?
out for this?
Yeah.
Yes, like,
Or like,
Yeah.
and I'm a bon. And then and also the client satisfaction,
Yeah.
because it is when the client is satisfied that they'll keep coming.
Yeah.
When
Exactly.
they'll trust you
Yeah.
to be able to solve it for them. If you begin to lose that trust, it's just a matter of time. They would eventually not come again,
Yeah.
and that's going to be a big blow to the company,
Yeah.
and a big blow to your boss as well. I mean, he wouldn't
Exactly.
trust you to
To
solve an issue
Yeah.
to that extent where he can leave an issue for you to handle.
Because you
You're
are
going to
expected to
lose
deliver.
that. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
what they said. The me to me pressure. The me to me pressure is like number one before anybody else. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing here? I made a choice to do. I was given this opportunity, and I have to prove myself.
Yeah. Justify your
Not
inclusion.
even like, yes, justify inclusion to those that put me here, and even to myself that
Exactly.
it's working. It's working.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It be like, what is watching here?
One more thing I want to add.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, I think the pressure stems from the expectation from your teammates.
teammate, yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned not to use boss because I've been warned several times. So let's just say team lead.
Yeah.
The pressure from your team leads. Because sometimes, I mean, they know you can deliver, right? So I think I've said this before. The timeline of delivering, if it becomes slow, it means something is up. And as I said, the clock is ticking. And sometimes, will I disappoint my team lead? Like, how do I rectify this? Will they still trust me? Like Christabel and Dennis rightly mentioned. All of those things also stems from the pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what does success in your line of work means to you? How do you measure your success and versus how people view the success?
So, as I said, mostly the expectation of BDs is to close deals,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes that is what it is, to close deals. But then again, one thing that you have to realize is that sometimes success is also having new networks.
Yeah.
Success is going to an event and seeing how other softwares or other people are managing their businesses. Success is you meeting other salespeople or other BD people and learning from their craft. And then sometimes success is also, I would also define success as a project that is ongoing and is facing challenges. Yeah, because it's that alone gives you the opportunity to learn to become better.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think that, because this project is facing this kind of challenge, we are failing.
Yeah.
But sometimes when we look at it from the point of view that no, we are actually not failing because we are digging deep. Like Sam always says, because we are digging deep, we are finding the areas that we should attend to. We are finding the difficulties that we should respond to. So yeah.
Yeah. That is,
Success, the definition of success in my line of work.
yeah, like to you personally, and then how people will perceive.
Oh, okay. For the perception of people, I I don't think I would know how people would perceive the success in the line of a consultant's work.
Yeah.
But for me, getting to see thanks Dennis, it's worked
Yeah. That's
from the clients. I'm okay. Just that message, that thank you, it worked, confirmation. Oh,
well done.
well done.
Yeah, well done.
It's good.
Excellent. Yeah.
That'll be faithful. Yeah, delivering results and fulfilling your purpose. The reason why you're there is to solve problems for clients. So if that is done, that's success.
Yeah. I think we've exhausted like most of our times, but so I'll merge two questions into one.
Okay.
Do you feel your role puts you in a certain box that you need to be in that box other than venturing out, or like they say, thinking outside the box? And then also, how do you evolve beyond your role?
Okay. So I don't know if I get the first question, but I'm going to explain it how I get it.
Okay.
My role does not put me in a box. In fact, my role has rather taken me out of
The box.
the box because I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the podcast before. I read psychology, right, in University of Ghana, and the goal was to become an industrial and organizational psychologist, which is still in line with the BD, right? But now you are, instead of helping, well, it's still the same. Honestly, it's still the same. So it has rather taken me out of the box because earlier the intention was to become an organizational psychologist to help companies, help them with the KPIs, help with recruiting people and all of that, and then also help the relationships, the internal relationship and the external relationship. But then BD is, as I said, is bigger.
basically, yeah.
It's bigger than. I mean, it covers the industrial and organizational part, but it's also sales. I'm someone who doesn't really like talking. Like, I don't like being in places. You can't get me out of my house, honestly. Yeah, you can't get me out of my house. But the BD role will require that you go to firms, you go for events, you network with people, you talk to people, you get people's contact and all. So yes, it has taken me out of the box. What was the second question?
How do you evolve beyond?
How do I evolve? Putting yourself out there. You don't lose anything by going out of your ordinary self, right? And one thing I have learned in our journey here at work is that whether you like it or not, your comfort zone, you will be yanked out of it. Yeah, not taken, like yanked out. The work we do, the team leads we have, the clients you have, it will yank you out of your comfort zone. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer to that question.
Crystal.
I'll say that I think the whole ideology of being put in a box is, it goes as far as you will let it.
Okay.
Right. There are sometimes that like you said, you feel like, oh, this is not my job, so I'm not doing it. Or something. I feel like sometimes, I mean, applying wisdom, you take up certain roles and then it teaches you certain things. So you interact with people that have like from different places, different cultures, especially when it comes to work. Their work culture is so different from ours, right? And then you get to learn a lot of things and all that. So it's an eye opener. It is a means of exposure. So no, it doesn't box you. And then the second question:
how do you evolve beyond?
How do you evolve?
Beyond your title?
I'll say continuous learning. The market is evolving, the market's changing, full of, now it's like AI is taking over the world in every aspect, even in aspect that you think it's not needed. Nowadays, when you go to YouTube, the ads are just crazy.
Yeah, just crazy. And they all seem to be. The fact is, they all seem to be decent ChatGPT. I don't know why.
Well, you not watch up to 5 minutes of any video without it coming up. And I hear the older generation complain that they can, this generation is AI, they don't use their brains, blah blah blah, and all of those things. But then AI is taking over their jobs, and then like people are getting like out of their jobs and all that. So continuous learning and being open-minded, so learn new things and grow.
Yeah, so the boxing part, right? Well, I think it's quite obvious. It's being a consultant. The job we do, it can't be boxed. I mean, you just literally wake up every morning preparing for anything.
Anything.
Literally, like anything.
Therapist.
Anything. You might.
Firefighter.
Because every day and its problems. I've come to realize that every day and its problems. You think today you're okay. Oh,
give it 2 hours.
The next day
fact,
you're an arbitrator.
to be honest, like
the next one, you hear the Tim's ringtone.
That's ringtone.
Charlie.
PTSD.
Like
PTSD.
pain. I feel pain in my chest. Like literal
like
pain.
it takes a minute for something to just erupt. It takes a minute for a problem to just erupt. So you just literally have to prepare for anything. So don't just say I'm a consultant. This is what I do. I'm going to just relate to what I do. It won't help you.
You should be malleable.
Yeah.
And then what's the next question? How do I evolve? I think you need to find pressure places and put yourself in there.
Wow.
Because
Forefather, I don't want peace.
God, I beg you.
Always.
God, I beg you. So the reason I'm saying that is because of an experience I went through with Ben. There was this client we were onboarding at the time. We were going to demo to them just to get them on board. And he involved me in the process, the learning process. That was some tough time. See, I didn't understand anything I was doing. When we started, I didn't understand why I was doing what I was doing. But eventually, I got to understand.
Yeah.
And it really helped. And he said something that it is in pressure you grow. Like you grow from pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Next diamonds.
Yeah, definitely.
and it happened a few number of times with Steve, and then Bright as well. Bright's senior consultant, Bright. Shout out. So yeah, find yourself in those pressure places. I mean, it's not a pressure you have to go and take on, but I mean, it's still necessary to find a pressure point and
face your fears, but don't just face anything.
Yeah.
choose your fear. Choose
fear.
and face it.
Yeah.
Choose your battle.
Alright, so I think this brings us to the end of this episode, and I think it was very, very insightful and exciting hearing from our ancestor, Godfather, and then also views from one of the new recruits,
Oh, welcome to
New
the
converts.
family.
New converts.
converts. Welcome to the club.
Sorry. Thank you.
Alright, so before we go, I want to do some quick fire. So when I just answer quickly then. Okay, so anyone can just answer. So the first one is confluence or just explain it.
Confluence or?
Just explain it.
Confluence.
I think
Every day,
confluence. Confluence.
So,
in fact, I'll use the confluence to explain it.
okay. Ticket closed or problem actually solved.
Problem actually solved.
Yeah.
That's problem actually solved.
SLA met or customer satisfied.
That one is
dicey.
I'll take customer satisfied.
Why?
It depends on some people.
Yeah.
Some
It's
people
true.
you have to protect your
Yeah.
It depends.
But you still have to choose one. Which is which?
I mean, if the
Customer
SLA is met, the
satisfied.
customer will be satisfied, right? But sometimes
That's where the difference comes in.
timeline.
It's a gray area.
So yeah, it's a gray area.
Okay. Clean board or we'll fix it later.
Clean board.
I prefer a clean board.
Clean board, please.
Last one. Automation or manual workout?
Automation.
Money.
Every day, every time, every day.
So now you see why the older generation have an issue with it.
They should actually.
Why
We
do they
like
like
it.
suffering? No
We
award
don't
for
like
suffering.
suffering. Yeah.
Why should you suffer when there's the easier part
No award for
or the
suffering.
effective part
Yeah.
There's no award for
It's
working
for
hard.
suffering.
for suffering?
Yeah. Definitely.
Alright, so this brings us to the end of this episode, and it was an amazing time with our guest here. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.